Hi guys, welcome to my core. Today I'm going to be doing a book haul. I haven't done a book haul in such a long time, mainly because I'm jobless. Also, whenever I have so many hobbies and interests that whenever I do get money, I usually spend it on like other things, because I formed this habit over like the last year where I only buy books after I read them. And I like cannot buy a book unless I've read it. And I also have this issue where it's like, once I've read a book, I'm like, well, I already read it, what do I need it for? So I kind of start to form like this weird thing going on, but I still like to buy like my favorite books. So I'm just gonna be doing a birthday haul. So these are books that were bought, sent to me, gifted to me, whatever. My birthday was August 24th, so I am uploading this a bit after my birthday, but it's still Virgo season, so whatever. And yes, I'm a Virgo, because I think a lot of times when I tell like, oh, it's my birthday, people are like, oh my gosh, you're a Virgo. I don't know why that's not obvious. I feel like I embody, like I literally embody Virgo. I'm a Virgo sun, Virgo moon, Leo rising, and I feel like I embody Leo as well, because my Mercury, Mars, and Venus are also all Leo. So it's like my chart is like literally like Leo, Virgo. Like if I were to describe myself like very briefly, it would literally be an overconfident girl who is super organized and likes to judge things. Like literally, yeah. But yeah, I just turned 26 this year. I'm so excited. I love it. I love aging. I love getting older. I love being closer to 30. I cannot wait to be 30. Like I tell people all the time, I cannot wait to be 30. My mom set a good example of what it's like to be in your 30s. So let me just get into the video. So let's do, I don't know where to start. I don't want to start with the good stuff, but everything's the good stuff, so I'm just gonna start. Okay, so I bought if you watch my Barnes & Noble vlog, I bought Hyperion when I was there because I'm really into sci-fi, and this is like a classic sci-fi novel. I don't remember what this is about. I do own another Dan Simmons book actually, but I have no idea what this is about, and I know it's a series, and that's about it. I also have Cascade Failure. I found this through one of my mutuals on TikTok. She used to upload videos where she talked about the books that were upcoming, and she would highlight like an author of color, a YA book, a sci-fi book, like so on and so forth. And so I remember she talked about this one, and it just sounded so intriguing. I don't remember what it's about. I've literally had this in my Kindle forever. So, The Wisdom of Crowds. So I do own the other two books in the series, but I haven't read it yet. I have read The Blade itself. I've literally only read The Blade itself. Like I haven't even read the series, but I do like the writing. I like the characters. I really enjoy the writing basically, but I haven't moved on to the series because I suck at reading sci-fi series, and usually I would just buy like the first book in the series and like let it go. But with sci-fi fantasy, when you collect hardcovers, you kind of have to get them then and there, because you never know when they might sell out. Like so I just bought it because I just have this fear that the hardcover, like this book is gonna blow up and get popular, and then the hardcovers are gonna be very hard to find. So I just said fuck it and I bought it. Like I just don't mind. Like I like the author. I read the author before. I like the writing. It was really affordable. I didn't mind spending the money on it, but yeah. But Sharp Objects by Gillian Flynn. I read this last summer and I absolutely loved it. This is my favorite Gillian Flynn. I only have Dark Places left to read, but I just really resonate with like this story specifically, and I love the plot twist, and I figured out the plot twist like 40% into the book, and I just feel like such a fucking genius. And I just feel like such a fucking genius, and I just love the setting. Like I love everything about this book. I love the setting. I love that it's like in a small town, and I like the main character. I like the backstory to it. And I don't know, I prefer it over Gone Girl. I know everyone loves Gone Girl, but I just prefer this, and I'm really excited to read Dark Places too. I got my favorite YA author, which is Anne Liang, and I finally bought If You Could See the Sun and I Hope This Doesn't Find You. Recently I read I Am Not Jessica Chen. I gave that 5 out of 5 stars, so that definitely puts I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. And if you didn't know, for me, I have a rule where I have to read 3 books of yours, not in a series, and I have to give them all 5 stars in order for you to be a favorite author of mine. And I have read 3 books by Anne Liang. I gave them all 5 stars, and they're not in a series. Therefore, she is my favorite YA romance author. But like in general, like not even like, oh, because of my rule, like no, dead ass, I fuck with her heavy. Like her romances are so good. These both are academic rivals to lovers. This one more so than this one. She's just so good at writing her romance. She knows exactly what the girlies need. Like I feel like if you want to write a romance book, you need to read her. Okay, and she does magical realism. Like all of her, well, this one is magical realism, and the second one is magical realism. This one isn't, and then but it's still fun. I can't even tell you which one is my favorite out of both of these. Like these both are really fucking good, and she has a fantasy book coming out in October, and I'm super excited. Like, I love this lady. Like, and she's gorgeous. I follow her on Instagram. She's literally insanely gorgeous. Like, it should be illegal. I got Service Model by Adrian Tchaikovsky, and this one is supposed to be Murderbot meets Red Shirts by John Scalzi. I love Murderbots. I love John Scalzi. One more, he's almost a favorite author of mine. His books are always like 4 stars, 4.5 stars, but he's definitely an auto buy for me. So the fact that like an auto buy author, like this is compared to an auto buy author, I was like, okay, like I'll check it out. And I'm more so into like space sci-fi, but I really want to get more into like alien and robot sci-fi, so why not give this a try? So I went on vacation for my birthday, and on vacation I bought some books. So I bought some books on the airport home, because the airport there I couldn't fit the books in my bag, and I was really sad about it. And then I dropped some money on these books. Okay, I didn't realize how much it is to buy books like that aren't from like Amazon, Target, or Barnes & Noble, where they're always having some type of sale. I don't think I've ever bought a book full price up until now, to be honest. Like, I always am getting a bargain on my books. Like, some way, somehow, there's always a bargain. I'm getting it. So I was a little like, damn. But so our cruise ported in Miami, so we went from Miami to Nashville to Detroit, because we had a layover in Nashville, and I loved it in Nashville. I didn't get to go outside into Nashville, but after I've been to that airport, I'm like, yeah, I need to come here for a visit. Like, I don't know what the fuck I'm about to do here, but I'm about to find something. Like, I just loved it. And the bookstore in the airport was insane. Like, I need to see the type of bookstores that they have there. Like, I don't know, I need to get into some LC Silver and read some cowboy romances, and then get to fucking Nashville and get me a cowboy. Like, but anyway, so in Miami airport I got 2 books. I got these. So I got Catalina, which I read on my flight. I fucking love this book. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. It was amazing. It's about an undocumented immigrant from Ecuador, and she moved to New York, and this follows her year in Harvard and just her life. It's not like a linear timeline. It does jump back and forth sometimes. I know that irritates people. Personally, I didn't give a fuck. But I love this main character. I love this story. I loved hearing about someone being undocumented and learning so much, because there were questions that I've always had. I just didn't know how to ask them. So this actually answered a lot of those questions. But I also love how how I can relate to this main character despite not being from Ecuador, not being an undocumented or an immigrant, but also just because I'm a woman of color, just relating to this main character and a bit of her story so much. And then I got Bright Young Women, which I watched the movie The Luckiest Girl Alive like last year. I personally really liked it. I saw some reviews. A lot of people didn't like it. A lot of people thought it was over the top and unnecessary and blah blah blah. Personally, stuff like that happens. I think that it's I don't know, I personally really fuck with the story. Like, I thought it was great. So this one is supposed to be like, I think it's about like a serial killer, and the serial killer kills everybody except the main character, because he doesn't know that she's there, I believe. So then she sees his face, but he hasn't seen hers, and like some other stuff happening. I don't know. But I saw it and I was like, oh, this looks familiar, so I bought it. And then in Nashville, I got Dungeon Crawler Carl. If you see me accidentally call this Dungeon Crawler Matt, it's because the author's name is big as fuck on this book. I've been calling this book Dungeon Crawler Matt, and I finally am like, why the fuck? His name is Carl. Why the fuck do I keep calling it Dungeon Crawler? Like, I don't know. Anyways, I'm halfway through the book. I had an arc of this on NatGalley, and it's also on Kindle Unlimited. So if you want, the whole series is already on Kindle Unlimited, but Berkeley is just re-releasing them in hardcover, which the hardcovers, but these are super fun. It's about apocalypse that happens where everyone is like put into a dungeon, and it's also like it's like a reality TV show, but it's also like a video game. I'm describing this very terribly, but basically he's put in this dungeon, and it has like levels and different, there's NPCs, there's like so much going on, and he's trying to get himself, or what I'm at in the book, he was trying to get himself on the show. And yeah, it's very fun. It is a lot of info dumping. Personally, I don't mind. I just think this is such a creative story that I really don't give a fuck. Like, I think this is so much fun. Like, this is, like, I have not had fun in a fantasy book like this in a minute. Like, usually fantasy books are like, oh, it was really good, and like, blah, blah, blah. Yes, this is good, but it's fun. And that's what the fuck I'm looking for. Fun. Speaking of Berkeley, I got, The Anthropologist, it's not what that says. The Ornithologist Field Guide to Love. I read this book I read this book. I had an arc of this book on NetGalley, and I absolutely loved it. It is about these two people who are trying to find this magical bird, and they're rivals, and so they end up getting forced to be together. And I just really love their romance. I thought it was really sweet. I thought it was really cute. The next book that's coming out is literally Marriage of Convenience, which I'm so fucking excited for, because everything is always fake dating. Like, nobody ever does Marriage of Convenience. Everyone just always does fake dating, and I just prefer Marriage of Convenience over fake dating. So I'm really excited for it. But Berkeley sent me this book. I literally read this book and I was like, hey girly, I want this book, can you send it to me? And they did. Begging works, I guess. I don't know, but I absolutely love this book. I thought it was so fun. And then I also got sent Immortal Dark, and this is a YA black vampire story that takes place in a school. So it's like dark academia, black vampires. Am I being... I think somebody's stalking me, because this book is literally me. Like, this book is everything I love. Vampires, dark academia, black. Somebody got my room bugged, and they're like, what would Mayana want to read? And also, like, look at this. Look at this. Absolutely stunning. The spray edges, stunning. They also sent me a card. The inside of the book looks like an old library book. And then, wait for it, insane. Fucking insane. And this is just a regular edition. This is not a special edition. This is a first edition. This is not, oh, like, you gotta get this from Barnes & Noble. No, this is a first edition. Like, look at her. She's out already, actually. So get into it. Speaking of me begging companies to send me stuff, all these books. I emailed Avon and I was like, hey guys, what if you sent me these books? And they were like, all right girl. And somehow I got them. So this is all a series, so I'll talk about this in a minute. So these two books, this one was sent to me by Harper Voyager, which is also like with Avon, like they're all under the same publishing company. And so I got the Book of Doors. I saw Reagan from Peru's Project talk about this. I don't remember what the fuck this is about. I literally remember, like, as she was saying the book, like as she was describing the book, I'm literally on Goodreads adding it to my want to read. I don't even remember what the fuck this book is about, but the cover is stunning, and I remember it sounded great. Does it have like a blah 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 blah? Ooh, this, does it have anything under the dust right there? No, but like these, ooh, we need to keep these up in books. We need to keep it up, because I fuck with that. Supposed to be for readers of The Midnight Library, The Invisible Life of Addie Root, The Night Circus, and any modern story that mixes the wonder of the unknown with a tinge of darkness. Oh, that sounded so good. That sounded so good. Yeah. Yeah. We are so back. I've been needing to get back into my fantasy bag because I've been slacking, and we are so very much back. Okay, so then I got Lovers and Friends. I'm thinking of the fucking Usher song. I got Between Friends and Lovers, which Emily Henry what's this called, blurbed it. I have read another book by this author. I thought it was fine, but I don't remember what this is about. I think it's a love triangle. I don't care. It seems fun. I read another book by this author and I thought it was fine. So hopefully I really love this one. I think I will. Okay, so now on to the series. Let's just reveal what the series is. I don't think anybody will be surprised. It's Bridgerton. So I got Queen Charlotte, which I absolutely loved. I love Queen Charlotte. I got The Duke and I, The Viscount Who Loved. This is my book. These are my, I didn't get these from them. These are mine. These two are mine. I forgot that I literally put them all together in order and then put them back on my shelf. So then when I decided I went to the haul, I was like, oh fuck, and I forgot to take those out. But those are mine, okay? It's In His Kiss, When He Was Wicked, and my favorite, On the Way to the Wedding. I love Gregory. I love this story. He's literally fucking, the Bridgerton men are fucking insane, and that's why I love them. I love them. I am super excited. I'm going to be reading the prequel and the sequel at some point. I don't know when. I might even read all of Julia Quinn's books because I love these covers. I love that they're paperbacks. I used to think that I was a mass market paperback girly. I am not. They're too fucking small for me. They're too hard to read. I don't hate them like a lot of people do. Like, I wish that I loved them a lot more, but they're just not my preferred way of reading. And so now that she has all these in these covers, and I love these covers. Like, I know we hate people on cover, blah blah blah. I personally don't give a fuck. I love these. I will be collecting all of her books in these little thingies because I think they're fun. And I just love historical romances. It's so crazy that, like, I started reading them a few summers ago, and then I kind of stopped reading them, and then I started back up again, and I realized how much, like, how fun I think they are. I just don't read them all the time, but they're also really good to read when you're like me and you're tired of like traditional, when you're tired of like romances. Like, I can't read like contemporary romance right now or modern romance because it's not good right now. It's just not doing it for me. So I'm reading, when I want to read a romance, I'll just read a historical romance. Also, if you notice, I don't have Benedict's book or Eloise's book. I've read Benedict's book, and I just don't fuck with it like that. And then I've also read Eloise's book, and no, I started it and I didn't update. I don't give a fuck about her book. I have Shards of Earth, which I do own, but I need to order another copy of it because it came without a dust jacket. So a year later, I'm finally buying it. But I have read this book. I do love it. I do need to continue on with the series. I do own the series. I just need to rebuy this because I'm so tired of looking at my bookshelf with the naked fucking dust jacket. So, and then lastly, I got Gods of the Wordwood, which I don't remember what this is about. I remember a lot of people talking about it and it sounded interesting. And I bought the book, and then last night I was going through my shelves, and that's when I realized I own 2 other books by this author. I don't even own the 3rd book in the series, but I've been meaning to read these for a long time, and like I haven't unhauled them. Hey, these have dragons? Hold on. Hold on. I might have to get into this super fast. But yeah, I think that's super fun. And his sequels, I think I bought this because the sequel is coming out. I remember hearing a lot about this and wanting to read it and it being in my Libby, but I just hadn't gotten a chance to get to it. And then the sequel's coming out, so I'm like, oh, let me get into it. So yeah, that is it for my book haul. I hope that you liked this video. Don't forget to like this video, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in my next one. Bruh, I just realized I forgot these books here. Oh my gosh, I'm trying to rush and shit. So I bought the I got into anime recently, and I bought 4 books in this is 5. I bought 5 books in the JJK manga. I don't have number 4, but yeah, I absolutely love this. I'm happy that this shit is ending. Like, I'm loving it. This is one of my favorite animes of all time. Maybe it's because I'm a new anime fan. I don't know. I don't give a fuck. I love it, but this needs to be over because Gege gotta stop killing off my favorite characters. Like, I mentally can't handle it anymore. I'm already going through enough in real life, and you keep killing off my favorite characters. What the fuck? And it's like, I'll be like, oh, I really fuck with this character. Dead. Okay, let me pick this. Oh, dead. Okay, let me. You're playing in my face. In this shit right now. I can't. Ruchama bought me Carmilla. I read Carmilla last fall. I loved it. I had so much fun reading it. I saw these covers. I see these covers everywhere, and I'm like, ooh, I should buy them. But for some reason, I don't. And now Ruchama also bought me some gifts last year. I love Ruchama down. She supports me so much, and I always see it, and I love it. And so yeah, I'm just I love these. These are so gorgeous. And then also I bought myself the Book of Bill in July because I love Gravity Falls. I read this and I talked about it in my wrap up. But yeah, that's it for real this time. That's it for my haul.